Fallon. Congressman, welcome back to Wake Up America. So this Office of Migrant Services, basically just giving more incentives for those illegally entering this country. Why not try and fix the problem that we have right now?
Yes, how about securing the border? That would be something. Let's look at a tell the tape here. In April of this year, we had 234,000 illegal border crossings. That's 1,258% higher than the last April President Trump was in office. And then in May, it was 240,000, which was 930% higher than the last May that President Trump was in office. And from April to August, if you include known gotaways, we're talking about somewhere between 1.3 and 1.5 million illegal border crossings in 5 months. So we had never seen a year where we had more than 2 million illegal encounters. This is certainly going to be that's already we're already there. That could be really 3 or 4 million in the coming years. 5 million. This is unsustainable. And I kind of laugh, I have to be honest, when liberals say that when you send 50 migrants to Martha's Vineyard, it's a humanitarian crisis.
Yeah.
How about the millions that have been crossing in Texas?
Right, sir. And how about the planes that the administration put migrants on in the middle of the night? The White House just seems to be blaming President Trump for this. But now there is New York Mayor Eric Adams, of course, placing the blame, claims that considering legal action against your state over the migrant buses. Governor Abbott firing back, accusing Adams of flat out lying while conveniently ignoring the left's prior migrant transportation. What do you make of the back and forth? All of a sudden, these Democratic mayors are saying, oh, boy, not in our states, not in our cities.
Well, the hypocrisy knows no bounds. And you know what? If they didn't have double standards, they'd have no standards at all, quite frankly. What we should be doing is everybody that crosses illegally, obviously they should be waiting in Mexico while their case is adjudicated, because 99.9% of these folks that are crossing the border are economic migrants. They're not truly political asylum seekers, because anybody in Central America, anybody in South America and the rest of the world, once that you achieve political asylum, once you leave your country and you go to a neighboring country, you don't then transit through 6, 7, 18 other countries and then magically say, oh, United States, hey, U.S., let us in.
Yeah.
So we need to call a spade. So if Biden is going to insist on allowing people to come into this country, we should only send them to sanctuary cities.
Right. Yeah. And then there's this new report that's saying that Venezuela's letting out criminals, violent criminals, to come here. Now we've got word that 78 terrorism watch list suspects were arrested. 11 in the past 11 months. 12 of them, Congressman, were caught in August. What about those who weren't caught?
Yeah. Well, you know what? Kamala Harris has said that the border is secure. This is their definition of secure. 1.5 million over the last 5 months. 10,000 pounds of fentanyl has been seized in this fiscal year, which is enough to kill every American about 7 or 8 times over. That's their definition of secure. 107,000 Americans have died of opioid overdoses just last year. The border is wide open, it is porous, and we need to recognize that fact so then we can correct it, because it is not a crisis, it is a catastrophe.
Yeah, you're so right. Fentanyl now the leading cause of death in adults ages 18 to 45. Congressman, I do want to quickly switch gears. We have about 30 seconds, but some breaking news coming out of Russia today. President Putin making a rare speech claiming that he's mobilizing 300,000 troops. He mentioned nuclear weapons. It does appear that he's desperate. What do you make of this?
Yeah, no, he's absolutely rattling his saber again, and that's his kind of go-to is, hey, he reminds the world that, hey, I have about 5,000 nuclear weapons. Trust us, Vladimir, we know.
Yeah.
And if you use any of them, humanity's actual existence is threatened. So, the Russian people, and the one good thing about this is just because if he orders a strike doesn't mean it's going to happen, because there's 5, 6, 8 people between him and actual implementation. So it is very concerning, but he is losing the war, and the Ukrainians are fighting for their homeland, and they're doing really a great job.
They are, absolutely. Congressman Fallon, thank you so much. We really appreciate it. Have a great day, sir.
Thank you. God bless.
Same to you. And plenty more still to come on Wake Up America. Don't forget to download the Newsmax app. Do what millions of others have done.